Kevin here at Third Shift Realities. We're committed to bringing you a solid, wonderful experience as a player, as a viewer, to providing an education for those of you who want to learn how to play role-playing games, or even more, design worlds of your own. Yes, friends, the oldest art in the world is storytelling, and we mean to help you master it. And even if you don't want lessons, we can tell stories for you. Or you could just watch the shows that we're making, and the podcasts, and the whatnots,
and the whatnots, and the who's-its,
and the everything, and the so-ons, because we're building a network. Because we don't know how to do things by halves. We're also huge dorks, as you can probably tell. Anyway. So, I would turn it over to one of them, but I don't know if they've got the sanity for it.
Probably not.
Probably not.
No, go ahead, B-Fry.
Oh, well, shit. Alright, guys. Well, we are doing a AMA, so ask us anything, or ask me anything, technically. Not just me, though. Don't ask me. We'll collectively come up with logical answers as best we can, but they might be pretty illogical. We're doing this AMA to celebrate several different things. One of them is celebrating the launch of our Patreon that we just were able to launch, what was it, 2 weeks ago? Mm-hmm. 2 weeks ago.
Is that when we do this?
Yeah. Yay!
We're celebrating.
Our sparkling crap juice. We're also celebrating the whole Twitch switch over to our new channel, which is Third Shift Reality Plays. And finally, we are celebrating getting our official business license for Third Shift Realities Incorporated. So yay! Yay! We're gonna wait for Kevin, and then we'll go cling, 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 ting, 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 ting. Yay!
Too many realities.
Yeah.
For when the sun goes down. That's where the name comes from, you know.
That's right.
Third Shift Realities.
When the sun goes down.
I was working the night shift at Kohl's and noting all my coworkers were fucking weird. And I said, this is the reality of working in the third shift.
Freaks come out at night. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's not judgmental. I was one of them.
No, it's real. We're all freaks.
Still am.
All freaks and geeks.
We let our freak flag fly high. Hey, I did it this time. I got it right.
Yay.
My ESL didn't get in the way.
Didn't tongue twist yourself.
Blup, blup, blup.
Story of Ashley.
As a company, we are committed to the dissemination of high-quality content, big user interface and interaction, hence these AMAs that nobody's showing up to. And
we've got 5 viewers.
We have 5
hi,
viewers.
everybody.
Hi, 5 viewers.
And,
we can't tell. We're behind.
And we're also committed to the very inclusive environment.
Yes.
Yes.
We, as long as everybody can consent and nobody's getting hurt, we don't care.
Yep.
So, much. Yes, LGBTQ+, BPIOC, BIPOC. I'm not sure if we say that as a word yet.
I mean, you could just say rainbow community. That's what a lot of the LGBTQ people do, just because the whole alphabet's involved now.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So we're just like rainbow community.
We're fair.
26 letters. Yeah.
We're fairly spectrum here on both counts.
We are.
Yes. So some of the things that we are currently working on over here at Third Shift that we've been working on since like April is our regularly scheduled Twitch shows. We have 2 shows that are part of our Tooth and Claw Chronicles, the Legend of Artemis, the Stars in Our Scars, and the Requiem of William Raveloe, Prophecy and Sacrifice. Yes.
Long titles.
Yes, very long titles. We are long-winded
people.
We are
known for our long-winded, long titles.
Except for geriatrics.
Except for geriatrics. That's
and then,
a whole
and then our second long-running show is every other Tuesday is Geriatrix, where yours truly dress up as our inner old ladies.
I know. We got
Edie and Mavis.
And
we play some D&D in the good old Isle of Dread.
D&D with the D.
With the D. With lots of D.
With lots of D.
Lots of D.
Lots of D. Lots of an E in between.
Lots of all of it.
All the things.
All the things.
We're in a really dark place when I'm the professional one.
yeah, so those are the current things that we are working on, but we're also working on some new stuff.
Yeah, so we got some new shows coming along that we're pretty excited about. You actually saw a pilot episode / sneak peek / introduction of Shop Talk, which is about these two jokers right here, who are the masterminds of the Chronicles of Darkness show.
Well, that's what the intro was about.
Yeah, it was the intro was about, but they also like to talk about other things like world building and how to become a really good GM and how to include all of your players and encompass all of their characters in the storyline. And
we'll be getting some guest appearances by people in the gaming industry on our Shop Talk show. So stay tuned for those. Those will be probably about once a month.
But yeah, once a month is what we're trying to aim for, but we might do more. We're just kind of dipping our toe in it.
Yeah, feeling it out right now.
Another one that we've got coming down the pipeline is Crit Chicks. And that is with Ashley and I, where we will be speaking about basically just the struggles that are real about women in the gaming industry. There seems to be like a lot of like gatekeeping and a lot of like just assumptions about women and their characters that they want to play, and basically being like an executive in the gaming world, because both of us are executives now in the gaming world. And it can be a very tough industry to go into. If you don't like have your absolute A game on, they'll try to catch you at the gate, literally gatekeeping. So we want to include that show. It won't only just involve just women. I want to have everybody from every walks of life try to come in. So we'll have some guest speakers on occasion.
But it's called Crit Chicks. It's hosted by us chicks.
Us chicks.
Not as Edie and Mavis.
Not as Edie and Mavis.
But as ourselves.
Yes.
although some Edie and Mavis might sneak up in there.
And also, it will not be sans any perverted innuendos, jokes, and or curse words.
Yes.
Yeah.
Double negative.
Yeah, sans. Okay. Say hi, ESL.
Yeah.
English second
there
language.
There will be plenty of all of that.
Oh my God, yes.
Just being sure.
Yeah, lots. Yeah, and lots of tangents. We are both tangent queens, and well, we're all tangent queens. We go on tangents regularly. So yeah, those are the new shows that are coming down the pipeline. They're really exciting. And let's see, Crit Chick is happening next Friday.
Yes, next Friday, October 16th. Yep. So not this coming Friday.
Nope. The next Friday at 9 p.m.
Yes, at 9 p.m.
Yes.
On this channel.
These channels.
Go to
these channels.
Is where everything will be. And we mentioned earlier, talking about new things, we're talking about how we launched our Patreon 2 weeks ago. So you can go on to Patreon and you can look at some of the fun things we got on there. I think we have like 8 tiers of subscriptions on there.
So, yeah.
So different price points for different things. Some of the things that you will be able to subscribe to and get are... there's one level that lets you vote on content that we will show in our Twitch shows like Tooth and Claw or Jerry at Twitch. You can also sign up so that we can run you either a custom game, or we are going to have quarterly offerings. So right now we have a quarterly offering for October and December, which we will talk about later. And they're like short little one-sitting kind of games that we can run for you. Yeah, that's the highlights of what's on our Patreon. But there's much more on there. Yeah. So make sure you stop by our Patreon and take a look, and subscribe where you would like to subscribe. And speaking of the monthly offerings that we were talking, that I had just mentioned, it's more like quarterly offerings, because we're gonna put up 3 different like short one-off games. And they will be those one-off games for 3 months. So right now, for October through the end of December, we have Rockabye Baby, which is an original RPG that I wrote myself. It is like Are You Afraid of the Dark meets Stranger Things meets It. And basically your little junior high guys go flashback to your junior high in the 90s. And you have to try to figure out how to save yourselves from the ghosts of little Sally.
Yep.
So that's one that you can pick.
And it's terrifying.
So that's one of them you can pick, and you can have either of the 3 of us will run it. The other option that we have for right now for our off month, our quarterly, we should really change it to quarterly, but quarterly offerings is Hungry Are the Dead, which is a pre-written adventure for Pathfinder. Zombies are attacking the little town of Falcon's Hollow, and you and your ragtag crew of adventurers need to figure out why and stop it.
For those who are familiar with Galarian, Falcon's Hollow, for being a little like logging town in the middle of nowhere, seems to run afoul of bullshit constantly.
It's like Twin Peaks.
Sort of,
there's that adventure, and then the third adventure we are offering for October through December
is my baby. It's going to be a murder mystery. I don't want to divulge too much about it, but it's basically about a rich celebrity.
It's like Sunnydale. Yes, Falcon's Hollow is like Sunnydale.
Oh, yes. So the murder mystery is. Oh yeah, Sunnydale. There you go. So the murder mystery is about a rich celebrity who has passed, and the only people that are there to kind of be there for the will are all of the professionals involved with their life. So, thanks, Erica. It's all involved like with the professionals that they had in her life. So there's a professional trainer, there's a psychic, there's a counselor, there's a nutritionist. So the GM themselves, they are going to be a psychic.
Yes, and
for
this game,
you have the option to have
yes. Besides picking one of the three of us, you have another option with this one.
But wait, there's more.
Yes.
So you can either choose Edie or Mavis to be the psychic GM that runs the murder mystery.
Yes.
So it will be all kinds of debauchery, all kinds of silliness, and I'm very excited. It'll be actually my first RPG that I've written myself. So I'm super excited. Yay! So yeah, that's what we've got for our quarterly offerings.
Mm-hmm. And we also have some special episodes coming up.
Yeah,
October's this month in October.
Busy.
October's busy.
Yes.
So there's our Jerry at Twitch fan.
Oh, hi Becca.
Hi Becca. So those monthly offerings are part of a subscription on our Patreon. So if you go on our Patreon and you subscribe to the tier that lets you pick monthly from one of the three offerings that we have, that's how you can pick any of those three offerings for us to run.
Yep. So October, Spooky-tober. Okay. So
and we're also as we are a business. Yes, and as we are a business, not only are we doing the Patreon, but we're working on doing things that are non-monthly subscription.
Yeah.
Like, so if you don't want to subscribe and you just want us to run one of those games for you once, we can work out a price with you too. So don't feel like you have to get stuck into like the $100 a month or whatever the price point is, because we understand times are rough.
Yep, absolutely. Why are Rebecca? We seem cool,
we were born that
but
way.
we're not. If you heard the story of what happened earlier today, you would not think we were so cool.
You'd actually think they were cooler than that.
Bless.
Do we want to tell the story?
We'll tell that at the end.
Yeah, we will tell the story
we'll
at the end of the craziness that happened today. So, so that is our Patreon.
Yep.
But we have more specials coming up on our Twitch channel, this very channel here for October.
It's
for all you Jerry at Twitch fans out there.
It's like Christmas. Okay, so Jerry.
Don't put up the decorations before Halloween's even done.
Oh no, it'll be like pumpkins and pumpkin garlands,
It's Halloween.
And speeders. Speeders all over the place. Okay. So Jerry Ashwich is coming up with a Halloween special called The Drunken Pumpkin. You heard me right. I'll say it one more time. Drunken Pumpkin is the Jerry Ashwick Halloween special that we are doing, where we're going to be making some yummy desserts for our grandchildren who are doing a Halloween special the next day. The best part about this is that, oh boy howdy, we're going to request that you take shots with us as we add ingredients onto our special Halloween
Yes,
dessert.
it's going to be baking, or it's going to be, well, we're not really baking, but cooking as a drinking
Mavis
game
and
with
Edie
Edie and
should not
Mavis.
bake.
If you have a compromised liver like me, or you just don't feel like drinking, drink whatever you want.
Sparkling ciders.
Woo.
And then the other special, so that's going to be on October 30th,
Yes,
the day before
October 30th.
Halloween, because Edie and Mavis need to make dessert Halloween treats for their grandchildren on Halloween.
Yes.
So on Halloween, we will be running a special episode on October 31st of Death House, which is the prequel to the Ravenloft D&D game, which was originally run. It was originally run, I think, on Halloween by someone who just really loved D&D. They wrote the Strahd D&D campaign, and so this what I will be running for Lindsay and Kevin and our friends John and Dustin. I will be running Death House for them, and that will be our on Halloween special.
And I think we'll probably try to dress up a little
Yes,
bit.
oh yes, and we're gonna dress up.
Yeah, we're gonna do LARP.
So you can dress up with us and watch.
I'm personally very excited about this because
That's
though
cool.
I have run Ravenloft across editions my whole life, I have never once played it. And I'm hoping this will help me learn to like D&D because I'm that guy. No shit, okay? It kept me up at night. Last night.
Yes, we had a great discussion about the wonders and the confusions of D&D. So this will be super fun for all of us because this will be my third.
No, third
because
because
geriatrics. Because Mavis
if
plays
we want to count that.
Saga the Gladiator Warrior.
Edie knows nothing of what she's doing.
I know shit all about my character and how I play. It is a hot shit mess. But this
you should know that character because
I do.
That
That's what I'm saying.
character.
It was the third.
Oh, but Mavis.
Yeah, but Mavis has now taken it to be her own. Yes. So this will be my first serious D&D. This will be a good pull for it.
D&D is good. I grew up playing D&D.
That's our geriatric Twitch fan.
I know. I really got into it in 3.5, or 3 to 3.5 because it was so flexible. You could be a dwarf and a wizard at the same time. You couldn't do that before. But okay, so here's my thing.
Oh boy.
And I'm not gonna go on and on about it.
Oh boy.
According to the core book, and I've had a bunch of friends be like, just house rule it, but this gets me. Magic items don't have a price because each and every one of them is priceless. So therefore, if you adventure for treasure, the moment you find a little glowing orb, you can retire and buy a castle.
What'd you say? Glowing orb. Retire!
Yeah. the whole like my guy's an adventurer for money. And then it's like, hey, we found a glowing orb. Anybody want this? I do. Alright, I stopped playing. Why? I found a glowing rock. Retired. Retired. Nobody would adventure for money because the moment you find a +1 anything, you're done. So, and some people are like, you got to quest for higher ideals. What if I want to be Han Solo?
Right.
You gotta quest because it's good or evil. I guess. What if I just want money?
Reel you back in.
I'm done.
Really?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, we're reeling you back in.
That's it.
So those are the Halloween special episodes that we are going to be running on this channel this October.
And we'll have a couple of really cool special guests that'll join us as well.
That's true.
I agree. It is all about the storyteller and the cast that determine the quality. I absolutely
No, Smash
agree.
Play is not here tonight, Becca. This is not alcohol.
No, it's cider. Can I just point out one thing?
Thank you, Erica.
The way you know that we are all glasses wearing people is because we all lean in.
I know, we're all like,
can't
read that, it's too small.
I don't have to lean anymore, but I do have to tilt.
Yeah.
These are almost bifocals at this point.
Well, my contacts are all smushy because it's the end of the day. Smushy?
Yeah.
Smudgy?
Smudgy. There you go.
Smudgy.
Schmutzy. That's it.
So AMA ESL 101.
Here to bring you the important info.
Yes. Okay,
Current-
anyway, so
current
yes,
events.
back on track
Thank you-
as I
thank
tried
you for
to
the
reel
support,
us in
Erica.
and then got us back off of track. Okay,
Erica,
so
we
back
love
on
you.
track. So yes, so those are the specials we'll be doing. We'll be doing Death House because Ravenloft is meant to be played on Halloween, but since it's a really, really long campaign, we are just doing the introduction version, which is Death House.
See, I'm hopeful about Ravenloft because if we've been kidnapped from another world and the goal is to get home.
Well, you're in Ravenloft in Death House. You're
But
just in a different.
But I'm saying if we're not like native to Ravenloft, because Ravenloft snatches people from
Yes.
other domains.
Yes.
If we are from another place and we just want to get home, like Sliders meets Universal Horror Monsters, then who gives a damn about money? I want to go home. So that could work for me, and I'm very excited about it. I just can't play a vampire necromancer, my standard character, because those are the bad guys in Ravenloft.
Well, you can play like a fighter or something like that.
I never play fighters. I always play wizards.
You
Magic
could
is another
be a
thing I have a
bard.
problem with in D&D. Anyway,
You could be a bard. I think you'd be a hilarious bard.
maybe.
Because you would actually sing the song.
No, I wouldn't do that. I would use furious quips.
There you go. That's still just as
Okay,
entertaining.
I could be a duelist,
There you
like
go.
a bard. Because I was thinking I'd play like some kind of noble's champion who got
Oh,
ripped
yeah.
Well,
in.
you could do that too.
Yeah,
Whatever
that
you
could
wanna
be
do.
fun.
There you go. See?
Like whatever I want to do.
Well,
Within
within the
reason.
confines of what I said is in the standard.
Base rules only.
Yes.
So with all our respect to our vastly superior peers over a critical role, we can't use Blood Hunter. So no Witcher.
Anyway,
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's super fun. And we'll have a special guest there as well. Like one of our dear friends is actually going to be joining us.
and John.
And John, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we have two special
There's
guests.
two special guests that will be joining us that evening.
Yes. It's not a browser.
Oh.
Yeah, we're looking through the.
Thanks, though, Erica.
Thank you, Erica.
Yeah, thanks, Erica. We're looking through the OBS though, so.
If I can read this, I'm the exact right distance
You're
from
close.
the screen. Thank you.
Thank you. So, yes. So, in addition to all of the new shows and stuff, we are also going to start doing little teasers, if you will.
Kevin, you want to
Kevin,
touch
you
on
wanna
the
touch on that
promos?
So we don't want to give too much away.
no.
Right.
We're not gonna lay out the scripts for you or anything, but we have a number of new shows coming, and as such, we're gonna start trying to give you some nice video graphic appetizers. What? Now my language is failing me. Yeah, basically we're gonna try to make teaser trailers. You know, learn how to use video editing software for ourselves, and give you little movie and episode trailers and stuff here and there, where and when we can, as our comfort and time permits us, as people who are getting married or have kids or jobs or live in this country with a plague.
Yay, COVID.
Thanks. So anyway, yeah, we're going to be coming up with some fun trailers for some of the new shows and maybe some of the extant shows.
Yep.
So yeah, we're hoping you'll enjoy them. The one that we wrote and that we've got mostly planned out and we're planning to film this week is for. Should we talk about some of the new shows coming? Or is that coming later?
Oh, yeah, we could talk about them. We don't have a set date yet on when these new shows are coming, but we've got some ideas floating around, specifically for spin-offs from the Tooth and Claw Chronicles. So one of the ones that we are going to be spinning off is, if anyone watched Artemis, the very first episode, her almost fiance, La Fontaine, is going to be getting his own spin-off. Somewhere down the long...
Valkyrie Case Files,
yeah.
La Fontaine.
Yep. Somewhere way down the line, Juliet might be getting a spin-off along with Rose from William's Chronicles Tales, and possibly some of the surviving college students that William and his coterie ran into in the underground labyrinth.
Those poor bastards.
So those are some ideas that we're toying with. We do not have set dates on those just yet, but we're toying with those.
We are. We're kind of giving a little bit of a sneak peek.
Yeah, a little bit of
a
sneak peek on some promos for the Tooth and Claw universe.
It's coming.
It's coming.
In its own sweet time, it's coming.
But yeah, so that's what we've got going on right now.
So that's everything that's going on with the company.
Yep.
So we're going to tell you a little bit about us, and while we're blabbing about ourselves, feel free to think up some questions that you'd like to ask us and go ahead and type them up in that little chat section
ask
there.
whatever you like.
Yep,
And by the
anything.
way,
It doesn't necessarily have to be about gaming or anything.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be about gaming.
Technically, the first question we were asked, if you're running into bullshit, doesn't that by definition make it foul? I guess. I forgot the context where we
for
wouldn't.
Falcon's Howl.
I said Twin Peaks.
Foul, F-O-W-L,
yeah,
Falcon.
I got that.
Oh, I'm looking at her. I know you get it.
I got it when I read it.
Anyway.
So here's a little bit about us, starting with our CEO, Kevin.
I'm a CEO now. Thought I'd have a suit in an office, but well, here we are. I don't know what to say about that. My position in the company is to come up with ideas.
Well, talk about yourself, not just your position.
They know all about me. Everybody knows about me. No, that's goddamn. Wow. I'm a storyteller. I'm a voice actor. I'm a game developer. I've written a lot of Shadowrun stuff. And I saw that's what she said. I saw it. But yeah, I've written a lot of stuff for Shadowrun. I've written a little bit for World of Darkness. I've got a couple new ones coming out. They're not mine, but I'm working with some new teams on some new RPGs. I think NDA prevents me from talking about them, but as soon as I can, I'm going to be blasting it all over the place. That's also what he said. What else do I do? I'm a teacher. Yep. I'm a tutor.
He's a dad.
I'm a dad. Still in shock about that.
He's a new dad.
I'm a new dad.
Bless him. Bless.
I'm trying.
That's my fault.
I'm trying.
No, these are like people nuggets now, so that they're like toddlers. No babies. But like that's my fault. I did that to this poor soul.
I came in at just the right time to catch them at their most feral.
That's sure.
What else? What else do I do? What else?
Well, you do the occult stuff as well.
I didn't know if I should bring that up.
That's okay.
I'm a real life occultist, and believe it or not, I've paid the rent with magic work more than voiceover and game design combined some years. So yeah,
it's a lucrative industry. It really is.
Can be. It can be. But yeah, so I basically put all of my real life skill points into stuff you can't build a normal career off of, and yeah, that's me. So there you go. And now I'm the CEO of a nascent corporation.
I'm Ashley. I am the CFO and also a CPA. I love the numbers and taxes.
I knew she was gonna say it.
You're a CPA?
You're a voice actor? There, I threw it back at your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love the numbers and the accountings and the math. And so so I'm going to be the CFO of this here company, but I will also be a professional GM for the company. I will be writing some original RPGs like I already did with Rockabye Baby. I do running games in the Twitch shows. A huge Buffy nerd.
Look at her
That
shirt.
pretty much, yes, Sunnydale High. So yes, huge Buffy nerd.
Shall we have your introduction and then we ask this wonderful set of questions? Or answer these wonderful set of questions?
We've only got one question.
No,
there's three questions in there.
Questions in one.
Yeah, lean in.
Oh damn. Okay.
Rebecca, lean back.
Damn.
Wait, lean in.
Okay, Becca.
Lean in. Okay, sorry. Yes.
So who be you?
Well, are you done?
Yeah.
So? Oh, well, I don't want to.
Sure.
No,
I guess so. Yep. I don't know. I don't have anything else to say unless people want to ask. I talked a lot about myself in the shop talk.
That's true. I'm the only one that hasn't talked about myself. I'm the one that works behind the scenes. I'm Lindsay. I am the COO of the company. So we got the dreamer, we got the moneyer, and then we've got the shaker. So I kind of try to make things move along. I'm the one that's like, come on, guys, let's go. Let's see. I have been doing a lot of things geekery all my life. And oh wait, her.
Yes, they're fun, aren't they, Erica? Heck yeah, balance sheets.
Talking spreadsheets.
Spreadsheets.
Let's see. I just recently got into RPGs. I did a couple in college, but then I really kind of delved into it when, when Kevin and I first became friends, and then really got into it the last couple of years. I have not GM'd before, but this will. Well, one time.
You GM'd once.
I GM'd once for my birthday. I ran an RPG for Kevin.
Which really tells you everything you need to know about Lindsay. On her birthday, she chose to run a game.
Well, because I won. Yeah.
I know. It's just that's a very generous spirit.
Oh, well,
Most people are like, run me something on my birthday. That's me. I'm tired of running. You do it.
Well, but that's fair. That's fair. So yeah, I've just gotten into RPGs. I really enjoy video games and computers, and I also have my own business where I'm a wellness coach on the side, and focus on like body image issues and stuff like that. And I'm a mom, and so yeah, I don't know. That's what I do. I'm working on my first RPG, which is a murder mystery, which I'm super excited about. And yeah, I've been in theater, so like this is kind of like screenplay writing for me, doing RPG stuff. And yeah, that's it. I'm ESL, and I have what's called proverb dyslexia, where I more often than not get my proverbs mixed up atrociously. And so
Never bite a gift horse in the mouth.
Never bite a gift horse in the mouth, guys. And always, what is it? What did I say before? Always weight your horses.
Wait your horses.
Wait your horses.
Whoa! Wait your horses.
Wait your horses. Apparently that's wrong. I was today's years old. So yeah.
we should tell the story about today. We did promise.
We did promise, and I promise we will. So yeah, I'm a huge nerd. I'm a big pun person, and I have the mouth of a well-educated sailor. So that's me in a nutshell.
But well-educated and seaworthy.
And seaworthy, yes. Spanish was my first language, in case someone asked. Yes. So.
Oh yes, I forgot to also say I am also a theater major.
Yeah, we were theater majors. Too. We were both, all of us were theater majors. Yay!
Theater people.
Theater people.
Not proud. So, but yeah, we should also mention, we've got other people involved in the company, and we'd love to have them officially on the show with a camera and everything. Erica, who is absolutely the technological engine that helps drive us. Erica, we see you. We love you.
We love you to bits.
We're bringing Dustin Guest on soon.
Yep.
He's magnificent. He'll be playing La Fontaine. We potentially have a few more people, but I don't like those are the only ones that are rock solid with us.
I mean, we might
Dustin from Star Wars.
Yeah, Dustin from Star Wars. And
Eden.
Yeah,
our
Dustin,
pilot.
Eden. Yeah. And we'll bring on a few other people. I think like Whitney's eventually going to be coming on at some point in time.
A little bit, yeah.
Now we owe some answers to
we
Rebecca.
Do owe some
yes,
answers.
we do.
Yes.
We do owe some answers.
All right, Rebecca.
So,
here we go. Ashley,
So,
you're first.
Did anyone inspire your character, Edie? So when I went back to school for accounting, I did theater there because I'm a theater nerd. So I did theater while I was also studying accounting, and I was cast as an old woman in a musical called Spitfire Grill. And that old woman was just like a crotchety she's the old lady that sits on your porch with like her shotgun. That is the woman I got cast in as Spitfire Grill.
Yeah, my grandma.
And I got a lot of her, I used to teach water fitness at the YMCA, so a bunch of old ladies. And so I got a lot of her mannerisms and her attitudes from the ladies I used to teach. So I just took some of that and put them into Edie, but softened her up a little bit, and made her sort of like a liberal pothead who also likes to drink her whiskey, but also don't take guff from anybody.
Nope.
So that's how I came up with Edie. And So, Lindsay, what other accents can you do?
Oh, well, it's been a minute. I can do a few. Scottish was the one that like I always had a problem with, but I've been hearing from a lot of people that it drifts between Scottish and Welsh, which is fine by me. As far as like other accents, I can do a Spanish accent, a Cockney, Italian, Irish, uh, I mean, obviously, like, there's different, like, areas or regions of Southern that I can do. Um, oh yeah, and Russian, which is my favorite one to do when I'm joking around.
She likes to hear it too.
It makes me strong like bull. So yeah, those are the accents I'm working on. I'm working on more just because I'm going to be doing a lot of GMing soon, so it would behoove me to learn more
You
accents.
need to learn the Polish accent.
I know I need to learn the Polish accent. All right.
Okay. Kevin, what has been your favorite campaign of all time?
I've had some great ones. I've had, God, I mean, running or playing? I'll go with playing. Um, Peter Martin, back in the day, I was in his very first 3.5 game, and it was incredible. Uh, Mike Murphy, who's a writer over for Starfinder, actually now.
Nice.
He and I have an ongoing like back and forth Pathfinder game, which I love dearly. But honestly, if I had to say like my favorite campaign all time, it would be the one Ashley's been running for me. Like you guys get to see it now. It's true. You guys get to see now, but all the history that we're referencing comes from how many years?
Like 6 or 7.
Like 6 or 7 of like ongoing game. So yeah, that's that. I'm still playing my favorite. So yeah, there's still time for it to all fuck up. I love you. But yeah, let's see.
I had another question.
Yeah, there's another question. Do any of you remember the first story you felt compared to share with the world?
Oh shit.
Yep.
Like any story?
Like any story, or do you mean
Role-playing story, or
like
do you mean
like a story from a game we've played in,
or any
or
story?
any kind of story?
First story you
First
told.
story you told, any kind of story.
Mine was in preschool. It made no sense.
Mine was in grade school. I don't think it made much sense either.
I think the first formal story I wanted to tell was I tell the story in my classes. I was a voracious reader in my youth. The internet has ruined me, and my relatives they didn't get me. I grew up with like my parents reading me Alfred Hitchcock Presents for bedtime stories when I was 5. So like The Birds and The Most Dangerous Game were things that I had floating around in my toddler brain. So people would get me Goosebump knockoff books for holidays. And one year somebody got me one. It was called Spook House, and the cover had a like lobotomy stitched zombie with glazed like cataract eyes and drool, hitchhiking, a fisheye lens, and there was a dead end sign right behind it, and it said "Going my way." And it was a boring Sunday afternoon, and I thought, whatever. And I plowed right through it, and I went, wow, that was really good. That was really good. I think I was 15, 16 at the time. And it had elements of chthonic horror. It had no hitchhiking zombies. It was a haunted house story. And it was awesome. And it immediately inspired me to write this short fiction that was meant to be the introduction to a whole series. And it was about me and my 3 best friends. And looking back, I can read it and be like, aw, this is crap. But it's sweet. There's an entire story that comes after that because the 4 seconds I had to bask in my accomplishment before imposter syndrome set in, after that I contacted the author, Don Whittington, and he gave me some of the best advice I have ever had. as a creator, as a writer, anything like that. And you can hear more of that if you take some of my classes. So I got bills to pay. So yeah, that's the first story I can think of.
So the first story that I can think of clearly was when I was in high school and we had just read, was it Jane Eyre? It was a Gothic novel. And we had to write our own short Gothic novel story. And I, as a child, my father is a funeral director.
Explains a lot.
So I grew up around death. And I also used to like to watch shows as a child, like, like a 6 or 7-year-old, like Dark Shadows reruns. So, that explains a lot about me. When I got the chance to write this Gothic short story, I was, like, ecstatic and over the moon. And I kind of took a page out of Sixth Sense, but I put it back in, like, Victorian England kind of setting, where this guy, he died and his wife died, but he didn't know he was dead, and he would walk around his house and get flashes of, like, things that had happened when he was alive, so he thought he was seeing ghosts. But he was actually just remembering things, and that was the short story I wrote, and I read it a few years ago, because I found it on an old computer, and I was like, God damn, this was horrible. But, I was really excited to write it. My teacher really liked it, considering I was only in high school. It wasn't terrible, but it's horrible now. I could do a lot better now, but
it's not that it's horrible, it's that it was, toddlers have to toddle before they can walk.
Right. Well, my teacher did say that it had a lot of suspense in it, so that was good.
Hey, there you go.
I remember a teacher telling me, this isn't my kind of story, but I like that you have a style. Thanks.
Oh shit. So I have two different things. So my first story was kind of the first play that I ever did, which was in high school. I did a Little Rascals play. I wrote a Little Rascals play myself, and it was a murder mystery, ironically enough, of the Little Rascals. Because I was obsessed with the Little Rascals when I was in high school. I actually thought they were so cute. I saw all of the really old episodes, like from the 1930s.
Now you're a mom and you're like, bullshit.
Yeah, fuck Little Rascals now, man. Damn.
Lied
I got
to
Little
me.
Rascals. Actually, they're like devil spawn.
Just little proto deep ones.
I love my children so much. Anyways,
That pause was as pregnant as you were.
I know. Twice over. But I wrote a little play, a murder mystery about the Little Rascals when I was in high school.
Which one of them got murdered?
Huh? Oh, I think Darla got murdered.
That makes sense.
I hated Darla. I'm sorry. She was such an entitled queen. I had to do something with her. So I made my friends perform it, and then my theater teacher liked it so much that we ended up turning it into a musical, which was really funny. And it was really successful, and I was really proud of myself. And it made me want to write more plays. So I ended up going into college, and I actually got into the writing program with the Little Rascals murder mystery. But then I didn't call it the Little Rascals. I turned it into an actual murder mystery. I wish I could dig it up because I could use it as the RPG.
You remember enough.
The one you got is gonna be fine.
Yeah, I know, but it was really fun. But I ended up actually getting into the writers program with that play by submitting it in, so it was really exciting to do that. The other story was something that I had to tell about my childhood when I was in college. We had to do a monologue about something hilarious that happened in our when we were children, and my story was about when I was on the Pee Wee football team. I was about 9 years old, and I was the quarterback for the football team. And back then, I was a little bit ballsier. I'd go as far as to say cockier. So cockier and ballsier, cock and balls. And Mavis, I know, god damn it, she sneaks in every now and again. So I ran with the football this time, and I was the only girl on my Pee Wee football team. I was the only girl on the field. And there was this one guy, this one boy, he did not look like he was a 10-year-old boy. He had one too many tacos. He just was like this huge guy, and he ended up completely just like steamrolling me, like just and just like ran over me.
The adolescent Mack truck.
Yeah, but pretty much.
Okay.
So he ran over me, and I got so upset that like I took, and I'm tiny. I've always been tiny, but like I was tiny, and I got so mad. I took off my helmet and I threw it down. And my stepdad said all he remember seeing was just like this little streak of red-haired girl like run across the field and just completely knock this guy over, and I just started like wailing into his face. And my coach was laughing so hard he wasn't even able to get up to go get me until like after about 2 minutes. And he dragged me away by the back of my pants with my arm still flailing like a fucking suitcase. And so I ended up telling that as a monologue for for my play class.
I was reminded of 2 plays I wrote as a child.
See, there you go. We've all
written
had those plays.
So me and my friends used to volunteer at a nursing home in high school, and we would like do like little entertaining shows for the elderly there. And I got it in my head that I was gonna write a play, and I loved Phantom of the Opera by Andrew Lloyd Webber, but there's another musical that is based on that book called Phantom, and they are different. The stories are different, the music is different, but I went ahead and I combined them both. And I said it in high school, where the Phantom was actually just a nerdy kid that nobody liked.
Amazing.
It was actually not that bad. And then the other thing that I wrote was for a block party for children. My friend Barbara and we wrote a Scooby-Doo murder mystery.
Like you do.
Like you do. So that reminded me of when you were talking about plays you wrote. I was like, oh yeah, I did those too.
Amazing. I think. Rebecca. Yes, I can kind of do a Jersey accent. But it kind of slips into New York more often than not. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Yeah. Yes.
So keep your questions coming, everybody. But while you type up your questions, we are good.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Malix. 2XP.
Male times 2XP. I don't know.
2. Well, you're welcome.
Person. He was looking at you, kid.
Yes, so while you guys are thinking up more questions, we did promise our friend Becca had said that, why are me and Lindsay so awesome? So we got a story to tell you that shows just how awesome we are.
What had happened was... See, Kevin
it's a story
has to,
about how both of our brains shut down today.
Oh my god. So I'll tell my part. You gotta tell your part.
I get a lot of gaming done while these two go off.
Oh my god. No, so you need to know that my son Baxter is larger than life. And
denser, certainly.
And denser than life. Jesus,
made of
he's
lead.
Like he is. He's like a 5-year-old bull in a china shop.
Some kind of alloy of dwarven metal and Wolverine's bones.
He's just lead. He just eats rocks, and he even admits he eats rocks.
It's true.
Yeah. So Ashley comes over every now and again to help me with homeschooling, because homeschooling is the stuff of nightmares. And so last week he had just had enough and just laid on the floor. Just lay on the floor, just during class. Just lay on the floor.
Eyes closed.
Lay down, eyes closed.
And I looked at him and I said, Baxter, are you dead?
And he's like, yes. And then proceeded to start break dancing. Like tethering himself like a little
turning around on the floor. Yeah.
And so today I was having the tired's because I was going on 2 hours of sleep because I was trying to get... Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh no, sorry, Becca.
Oh no. What happened?
Her video is getting choppy.
Oh no. I forgot to say another thing I do is like I'm an artist, so like I do RPG characters and like logos for people. And so I've been staying up for like 2 hours working on this one particular like picture of Jessica Rabbit as an orc. which was challenging and fun. And so I was a bit tired. And Ashley was telling me, I can't remember what you were
I
telling
don't know
me.
what I was saying,
I don't know.
but
Not important. She was telling me something I needed to do. And I was like, well, I'm just going to like back her and start whining. So I was like, no, no. And then like I laid on the floor. I laid on the floor beside a chest of drawers because I thought this was okay. And I proceeded to try to breakdance myself laying on the floor acting like my son and proceeded to have a friendly nudge.
more than friendly.
With
a violent nudge.
A violent nudge with the chest of drawers, the corner of the chest of drawers, and got up. And I was laughing. I was, you know those moments when you're laughing and you're heaving and you're crying at the same time? Yeah, that was me. I was a mess. And I was crying, and then all of a sudden I felt something rolling down the side of my head. So I was bleeding.
She had a corner of the dresser size gash in her head.
Right.
She's fine.
I was fine. But then I look up at Ashley, and all Ashley she's laughing.
So wait, okay, so this is what would happen on my end throughout this whole thing. Lindsay had said, I'm going to pull a Baxter, and she laid down on the floor. And my mind, this was the exact thought process. It went by in seconds, but my brain could not connect to my mouth. So in my head, it was, what does she mean pull a Baxter? Oh, when he laid down and I thought, and I asked if he was dead, and then he started breakdancing. Oh my God, she's going to hit her head. What came out of my mouth was... What came out of my mouth was... Are you dead?
So I was like, what the fuck, Ashley? Are you coming off the set of the Body Snatchers? Because she's just sitting there.
So yes, to answer your question, Becca,
We are not cool.
We are not awesome. That is the picture of our awesomeness.
No, we're the ones that like yell at the swans for not doing their job with the geese.
It's true. Becca said Ashley will always laugh if you hurt yourself. I will.
So she was bent over in half.
I could not breathe.
She was trying so hard to make sure I was okay.
But I did ask, "Are you okay?" before I started laughing.
She did.
After I was done screaming because she hit her head.
Special. I'm okay. I don't have a concussion or anything
She's
like
fine.
that. And Ashley, after she laughed her ass off, went and ran and got ice. And put on
I got some. I pulled out that first aid from the Y.
Yeah. Now I got like this crusty thing on my head. Yeah.
It's called a scab.
Oh.
Don't pick on it.
No, just suckle upon it.
There you go. Oh.
Meet your brains and gain your knowledge.
I don't have much.
Don't count on it. I'll learn to speak Spanish and fix cars.
Aw. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm a mechanic too. Yeah.
She does everything.
So okay, so we she cares, but she will laugh. It's true. I care, but I'll laugh.
Ashley does care, bless her, but she's gonna laugh her ass off.
Oh
in the process.
no!
But you know what? I'm
bless.
I'm improving though. I asked if she was okay before I started laughing.
My favorite part though is
because I couldn't say look out. That's all I could get out.
I'm in the other room when they do Jerry at Twitch, and I'm just like clickety, right, and all that.
Yeah, he has to. This poor soul over here, Kevin has to witness the storm that is Lindsay and Ashley.
Yeah,
it's an honor and a privilege.
Oh, bless.
So what else have we got on our agenda?
If you have any questions, we only have a few minutes left. So,
was there anything we didn't cover?
No.
We got everything?
We got everything. We're like rock stars on this, friend.
Hit us with questions about our upcoming stuff.
Last minute questions, and while you are thinking of questions, real quick, if you want to see what our streaming schedule is, you can like us on Facebook. If you go to the About section down below on this page, there's a link to our Facebook page, a link to our Twitter, and a Google Calendar, which will put all the shows that we will be doing on this channel on that Google Calendar.
And if you want to see us on Twitter, you can do that.
Yeah, and if you go like us on Twitter, or follow us on Twitter, We always post about upcoming stuff,
do.
and then if you like us on Facebook, we always have our events that we create on there, so that you can have those reminders as well.
And keep a watch out for
But-
Werewolf Wednesdays.
Oh yes, we just started some Monster Mondays and Werewolf Wednesdays and Feature Fridays on our Facebook page.
Salacious Saturdays,
Oh.
Sanctimonious Sundays,
Oh, damn.
Terrible
Lord.
Tuesdays.
Terrible.
Thursdays remain sacrosanct.
No more Thursdays. And yes,
Thursday's canceled.
Thursday is
Throwback
canceled.
Thursdays.
Yeah, Throwback Thursdays. Here. Oh my gosh. Well,
Never mind.
We'll have to. We're gonna see how the schedule goes with Mondays.
Wednesdays?
I was thinking of I was thinking of Wednesdays, but I said Wednesdays.
It's not pronounced Wednesday.
Every,
have to say
every
it in my head.
September 35th.
No, look, as an ESL person, my ESL teacher taught me how to spell Wednesday because I had a problem with it because I used to spell it, I kid you not, Winzday.
Wednesdays.
So, look, I can't help this. And so,
Must see TV. Wednesdays.
and so, I know. And so, every single time I write out Wednesday, I'm like, Wednesday. So that I can remember Wednesday. But then right now I was thinking of Wednesday, but I was like Menezday.
Menezday.
So
Oh Lord.
I think I'm stuck in between two writers and I don't know how to write. I'm gonna
That's
have to get
not
better
Yeah,
at it.
that's not true.
Well, I mean I can playwright, but you know I have
We're not
wonderful
stuck
editors.
between two writers.
Editors. What?
You're not stuck between two writers.
That was a joke, but okay. You're a writer.
You are a writer.
I guess.
You're a writer. We're all writers.
Yes, Erica, you do.
See, Erica, I love you. See, I'm not the only one that does the Wednesday.
I do that in my head when I'm writing it
I
out,
say it
but
out
I don't
loud.
say it out loud.
Well, I say it out loud.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. I say it out loud because now it's like a fun thing to say. I'm like, Wednesday. It's a me, a Mario.
I still have. I still
Rebecca had a
remember
friend who would.
in grade school. I still remember spelling together is to get her.
See?
Oh, see, Erica just says it in her head too. Sorry,
Mhm.
friend.
Wait, what? There's nobody else that says it out loud?
I'm sure there's lots of people.
just don't know
Becca
them.
just said she had a friend who used to say it out
A
loud.
statistically significant number of people out of those who showed up do the same thing.
Yeah. Well,
Big
but
care.
Big care. No, but the problem is because I have ESL more often than not. Before I get on the phone with someone, I'll have the conversation with myself to make sure I say it right.
You always say you have ESL like it's a condition. And it's not. You speak two languages. That's so cool.
Well, yeah.
I don't. I speak exactly enough German to make somebody at the Christkindlmarkt smile.
Yeah, well, you speak more German than I did. I tried to write you a German letter, and you saw how that worked out.
I speak nothing.
She told me she loved me.
I told you I loved you, but I told him So here's the other thing. ESL is my problem, but so is romance.
That's all of our problems.
That's
dear.
all of our.
That is the world's problem, dear.
I tried to be all romantic because it was gonna be the first time I was gonna tell Kevin that I loved him, and I was like, I'm gonna write him a German letter, and so I tried to read said German letter to him, and we were out, and we were under the stars. It was all pretty and shit, and I was reading the letter to him, and he got excited, poor soul, and he was like, are you telling me that you love me? And I'm like, I'm not finished with the letter yet. Shut up.
Shut up.
See, Rebecca.
She's whispering to herself, Wednesday.
But yeah, so romance to me, and then it wasn't until an hour after that when we got back, I was like, wait, were you asking me if I loved you? And Kevin was like, yeah. I was like, I do love you. And it was awful.
I was like, I know. And I got to be Han Solo.
Oh, shit.
The greatest gift of all.
My grandma said something to me in Polish yesterday, and I understood and was able to respond. I was like, holy shit. She said, potrzebuję, which means, so the technical thing is I need, but like the slang version of someone saying Pochabuya is like because you need all of that. Like it's kind of like a
Oh, it's
it's an encompassing kind of like so like in the slang Polish. Of course, I didn't learn that in Duolingo. My grandma had to tell me that. But we were making my mom's bed and we were putting all of her decorative pillows on it. And my grandma just went Pochabuya. And I was like, I know what you're saying. And then I said, I didn't know what you said, Bachi. And she was like, hey, you said grandma. And I was like, I did. I did.
You and me both, Erica. Okay.
Okay,
So
well,
it's
anyways,
9:30.
9:30, so we will put you all out of your misery now.
Yay! We're chatty Cathy's
Yes,
here.
we
We
are.
get nothing done.
So, make sure in the next show we have coming up is William's show. He is stuck in the underground Nazi tunnels, about to be attacked by a bunch of feral revenants. That's where we left him. So let's see if he's alive. Tune in on Sunday and find out.
Yeah, I'm dead, so.
Well, see if he's still able.
Extant.
Yeah.
And then we get to go get our drunken pumpkin shirts.
Oh yeah. So tune into that, and then next Tuesday for all you Jerry at Twitch fans.
Hello to Fellatio.
So tune into that.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
watching.
so much for coming and watching and
remember,
witnessing.
like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, look at our schedule, go to our Patreon.
And until next time, catchphrase.
The catchphrase is hello
Pending.
to Fellatio.
Pending. That will
The
not
catchphrase-
cover all our games.
Yeah, it will not. We have to have a catchphrase for Third Shift Realities. Wait, fresh pots!
No, that we can't steal that.
I know, but it's so funny. What's that? Okay, sorry. There you go. That's our catchphrase.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. You get to